Hello everyone, this is AmberAnkNA here. Welcome to my channel. Well, I play a variety of games and do narrations for fanfics. I'm really hoping you enjoy my content. If you do, make sure to comment below, leave a like, and subscribe with the notifications on. Right, until next time, this is AmberAnkNA. Welcome to my channel. So, hi. Hi. Only Lisa now. Chapter 8, The Harbinger. Time was something that didn't matter much anymore to the engaged couple. In recent years, they only concerned themselves with specific numbers on the clock when other people were involved. They made lunch or dinner plans with Max's parents, or if they had meeting involving and free, they ensured the timing was impeccable. Other than social events, the girls could lose entire days to spending every moment together until sleep became necessary. Even then, the lovers were never far from one another. A newfound confidence had wrapped itself around the firmly layers of doubt and uncertainty. The deal knew timing would be of almost importance. They knew number 101 existed now, and were hopeful the love could even the doubts, odds, as it had previously with the lobster. For attempting a forward step again, the duo decided to try small rewinds and fast forwards in order to build a orderedness and pulse. The slopey, wise sweet spots had become much easier to locate since their last meeting with Rachel in the dream space. While only forming onto each other, with a strong desire of not letting go, Max around for a few seconds, followed by a fast forward from Chloe. They went back and forth in a serious, business-like manner at first. It didn't take long for the girls to turn it into a game, becoming more playful with each power uses. Even though they were in their 20s now and looked older than they did when they were children, the girls remained pirate kids and were always looking to have a fun time together. Chloe made it clear that her main goal in life was to make every moment feel special for Max. She suspected her blue-haired beauty knew, just as she did, that every second they spent together was the most amazing moment she had ever had. The thrilling adventure might be the most important journey of their lifetime. But the girls would not let that keep them from enjoying each other's present. A couple of hours wore by and the companions had gone forward and backwards a dozen of times. The control and command grew as their confidence continued to soar. Once or twice they even tried the powers without the other girl to see what happened. But they didn't do it much, just to stay safe. Unless they were trusting. The rules seemed to remain the same. The one who used the power without trusting her partner did so alone, while the other could feel the residual energy but without travel with her. At this point, I think we just procrastinating, babe. The small girl admitted. Are you up for trying to sniff again? If not, it won't bother me if we wait a little longer. Hell, we could wait another day or two and make more immaculate memories. Then waiting another week would be fine. Despite a degree of sordidness, Max was anxious to save the daughter, yet also very nervous and hesitant. It went badly the last time Chloe jumped, but this time she was sure her partner's powers was strong enough to bring her along. The way of motion seemed endless, ranging from fright of failure to an overwhelming joy at the thought of seeing her daughter in person. She saw the goal through Rachel's dream space vision, but the idea of physically being around her in the real world filled Master's heart with a deep beating joy. Yeah, let's try it. Do you have the photo you took earlier? The little girl's voice trembled a bit when it uttered a mixture of both uncertainty and preparedness. Max could see her best friend going through a checklist in her head. The girl was a striker, but every sense of the word is. Why am I tired? Except when she was motivated. There was something she desired. She would bend the world to acquire it. The photographer changed the picture from the dresser, which was located right where she placed it a couple of hours before. It was sitting beside Chloe's half-drunk glass cup of water. Tucking it in her pocket, Max nodded confirmation. Photo was of utmost importance, and it was a way to try again. It was the reset they needed if things didn't go quite like they had planned. The odds were against them. The pair knew they would need every advantage they could find. Okay, this is like, hang on. Sorry about that. I'm so sorry about that. Sorry, there's something. Bye. I had the odds I could do it. Anyways, let's go back to reading. Well, here we go, love. Save my daughter. They hold each other firmly, and the forward jumper closed her eyes. No matter what happens, Mass, Tyler the two whispered, that little girl is all that matters. Save her and forget about everything else. Wait, Crow. What exactly are you saying? The words he had just heard puzzled the small girl. There was no answer from her partner since he had begun focusing on the scene in the photograph. Noticing the concentrated effort on her fiance's face, the brunette braced herself in preparation for what was to come. This figure was one she had never seen before. Her scenes had changed slightly since she last viewed the timeline branches. Quickly, Rachel scanned to see what this attempt had in store for her friends. Oh no! She screamed deep into the deafness of the never-ending abyss after she witnessed the breakthroughs that could happen. Fuck! This can't happen! No goddamn way! There was two possibilities that could play out if she didn't intervene somehow, and both were far from ideal. Death and darkness followed both branching realities in some ways. These new futures were worse than any she had seen but previously. Lisa conjured up several familiar scenes and picked the one with the best chance for success. As she swarmed the dim space landscapes, she could see the presence of future adjusting to her work in a way she hadn't noticed before. The immediate plan would be pulling them in to warn them prior to the forward jump. They would not sleep and were fully conscious. She tried with everything she had to force them into a slumber, but try as she might, her attempts were unsuccessful. I gotta keep pushing. Fuck, I have to. She considered blowing wind or making whistling noises, but it would be too late if she did. It also wouldn't change the outcome from the two possible futures that would have headed towards. After exhausting as much of her dream space power as possible, the most she could see was making her friends tired. Then that's enough. I can't do this. If I'm gonna work for, it will be meaningless. Shit. They didn't have much time. The deal was nearly to the point of dropping. An over amount of effort was successful. She fell to her knees in disappointment and despair. Master's curious eyes remained open as he felt her fiance's torso and arms begin to tremble. Almost unlike the previous attempts, he could hear the sounds of the fusor and knew they were merely moments from dropping. The child's voice was clearly audible through the whistling sounds of wind, and it made her heart race and the corners of her lips curl upward. She felt the prickle of electric waves were flowing liquid quality running up and through her body. The walls of the room and all through the walls started waking in and out of her view. Looking up at her partner's face, she noticed a yawn forming, which caused her to yawn as well. She felt overly tired, but her determination outweighed all others' impulses and urges. They were to save their daughter. They would need to focus deeply. She shut off the seekiness, and Chloe had too. Both of their bodies glowed with a bright yellow outline, and she felt a gradual release for by absolute stillness. She opened her eyes and was aware, surrounded by white nothingness. From a distance, she heard Chloe's laughter and a younger girl's voice. Mama! I love Pelican! That's my voice is just shit. Voice of the child. Of the daughter. My dad almost saying the name. You didn't hear what I said. You didn't hear what I said. Back to me. She grasps out of delight at the sounds of her previous versus little family. As Riley began to trickle in, so in the middle of her view, she recalled Rachel telling them that they had anywhere from what I'm okay. I'm okay. They had anywhere from 1 to 3 seconds prior to the gunshot. Like a machine, Mass was hyper-focused. Her mind scanned the area, gathering as much data as she could. She knew she had grabbed the photo to duck back, so they were not successful this time. They could try again. She hoped more than anything there wouldn't have to be enough time. She didn't recognize the area, but would never forget what she was seeing. They were in small town city, where a local festival was taking place. Tents and makeshift cart stands lined the road where items were sold to people passing by. The traffic appeared to be cut off with orange cones and rose barrels, waiting for safe pedestrians trips to and from renters on the in sidewalks. Food trucks also lined the streets, selling meals, beverages, and sweet treats. About 10 steps from the three girls, a dessert truck idled where they were no doubt dispirited. The young girl held a waffle cone wrapped with napkins at the base and topped with a soup of creamy, smooth chocolate ice cream that had been licked several times. Looking up from the chocolate chopper, Mass made eye contact with the little girl for the first time. At about the same moment, she met her beautiful young daughter's eyes. The photographer heard a loud sounding boom and a crackling in the air. throwing her heart to waste and her muscles were tense. Time seemed to nearly stop as he forced her way towards the little girl as quickly as he could. He couldn't have been more than a few paces away, but every step felt weighed down with a million pounds of sand. It was like trying to run at full speed in Olsen with only marginal success. Above the sea, with an unexpected force, he was shoved towards the little girl, pushing the little girl down to the ground and landing on top of her. Looking back, she met the eyes of her best friend and lover. They witnessed those perfect sapphire orbs roll back in the girl's eyes. Her body went limp and she crumbled towards the ground. She felt the carrot hole in her temple became clearly visible, oozing with a thick crimson liquid. It reminded her of a moment that had been erased back in the junkyard while trying to protect Rachel's body. Her former four-faggot teaser had shot Chloe in the head before Matt jumped back and made things right. No! Chloe! She bolted out horror and fear whistling from the sight. Max looked down at her daughter, who was balled up under her protected body, crying. Face had been thin and bruised from the sidewalk concrete she jumped on. She landed on, but she was safe. The photographer's hands were shaking nearly uncontrollably, though she knew she had to get to the photo to jump back. Lying around in her pocket, she figured the pistol finally pulling out. When she flipped it over, she noticed water on the front side. Winging it above the mist covers and cannibals was completely useless. The concentrations from Chloe's water cup must have crept its way to the photo when it was laying on the dresser. She studied it for a moment, but knew she wouldn't be able to jump with it in its condition. Panic stripped in and tears began falling in her eyes. A crowd had gathered, some on their phones and others plotting in the western. Matt stood over her daughter and pulled her arm straight out. She stood for the sweet fight for a literary rewind, but she couldn't do it. She tried over and over and over again, but failed many times. Blood was rushing from her nose, but it didn't matter. Closing her eyes, she attempted a mental shift. She always needed a photo, but hoped this time it would be different. She desperately hoped she could do what Tom and all the other time tellers before her could, but it seemed impossible. With several failed attempts, she opened her eyes and saw her partner still lying silently on the climate all alone. Realizing there was nothing she could do, her heart sunk deeply in her chest. She desperately threw herself on top of her lover's body. Chloe! Chloe! Don't leave me! Please! I can't do this alone! I need you! Please! The air was thick and it was tough to draw in a breath. Her strength was fading, but she knew she needed to move forward. She pressed her mouth to the cold, dry lips of the love of her life and pinched her nose in a failed and pointless attempt at CPR. Max couldn't help but continue trying. She balled her hands up and started with chest compressions. Frankly, she moved back to the mouth-to-mouth position and blew as hard as she could. The blue-haired girl's chest rose with each exhale, but was not responding on her own. Finally, a man pulled her off the lifeless body, saying something about her needing to stop because she was already gone. His voice hit Max's ears and a garbled rest of nearly muted sound. It was like she was underwater while someone above the surface was trying to speak to her. She drifted away and stopped the man. "My Max and Chloe!" she cried. We. The words couldn't come out, but a loud and sloppy sob came whipping from the girl's mouth as she fell to her knees in a pile of pain and tears. "Ah!" She screamed as loudly as she could, using the last bit of energy she could muster. He said inhale and exhale, one louder in her head, reminding her that she was still breathing, while the one person that mattered to her more than anything in existence wasn't afforded the opportunity to experience the cold chill of breath entering and exiting her lungs. Her daughter came over and struggled with her mother as the two sailed endless tales and heartbreak. Through buckshot and strassy eyes, Max pulled her daughter away from her body to get a better look at the girl. Placing her hands on each side of her head, the greatest light up, and it was as if she was looking into her lost lover's perfectly clear blue eyes. The mustache of chocolate on her daughter's mouth swayed downward. As rain began to fall from clouds she didn't realize had rolled in, pulling the little girl to her chest for a tight hug. She could only think of Chloe's last words. "No matter what happens, that little girl is all that matters. Save her and think about everything else." Once radiated from her body, and it felt nice to hold her. It was a deeply empty feeling she wished she could discard. And it occurred to the newly seen Oman, her partner had planned this without telling her. Even to briefly replace grief with quickly pass. "There had to be another way," she murmured in her heart. She knew the only thing that mattered at that point was the safety of the daughter, but she didn't know how to carry on without her soulmate, her best friend, her everything. The tears flooded down again, and Max couldn't hold anything back. Body went numb, and she crashed down to the ground, a puddle of rain and sadness. Releasing the girl as she trembled, she squeezed her arms as tightly as she could, hoping she would wake up. Despite her desperation, she knew it wasn't just one of her bad dreams. It was the first time in her life she actually wished for a night now. A struck and disjointed thoughts bouncing around inside Max's head. Finally, her mind settled on the idea that she had to protect their daughter at all costs. That's all she had left. Realizing she didn't even know the girl's name, the urge to hold on to her replaced all other thoughts. She tried to push herself up to locate her princess, but was unable to move. Her body had been grief-stricken and would not allow her to function properly. She tried to get up, but was unable to buzz. A cerebral paralysis had taken over. Her body and face lied in a flowing stream of water that went down the sidewalk. The storm intensified, and the water streamed down onto Max's motionless body. Each drop felt like a mallet streaming against her shin, crushing her heart and skull. A crackled thunderclap echoed through the tiny downtown area as the crowd had dispersed, seeking shelter of their own. The side illuminated brightly for a second and was noticeable even through Trent's eyes. Care or concern for saving herself was far from any desire the dejected girl felt. For a moment she considered the possibility of dying by lightning strike, and she would happily welcome an exit from the site if it were to send her to a space where she could hold Chloe again. She really missed her soulmate, and felt a cavernous hole open in her recently fractured heart. She'd do anything to fill the freezing emptiness inside her, but all the colors mixed together from a gray-hue void. A cold blue eyes encircled her heart as the end of her world was playing on a bitter lip behind the girl's puffy eyelids. She felt like kicking out the windows and setting fire to this newly icy existence, but was unable to stake the sting of her paralyzing grace. Suddenly, she was hoisted in the air from her lying position and was cuddled in someone's comforting arms. "It's okay, Max," she gasped loudly, realizing the caring and tender voice. "Everything will be fine. Trust me." As the cuddle girl reopened her eyes and forcefully lifted her head to see who had swooped her up, she was surprised when she noticed the person staring back at her. The strange shock and emotional strain were too much to handle. Object blurred and persistent spun out of control. She thrust downward as her perfect frame went limp, everything fading to a black void of nothingness, and was carried away from the area. "Will she be all right?" "I think so. She's tough. It is so new to me. Can't lose her. Do you understand?" "Of course, and we won't. Be sure to stay here until she wakes up, yeah?" "Wait. Will she be alright?" "I think so. She's tough. This is so new to me. Can't lose her. Do you understand?" "Of course, and we won't. Be sure to stay here until she wakes up, yeah?" "Might be best if she wakes up somewhere a little more familiar." "Yeah, that makes sense, and thank you for everything." I forgot who was talking here. So, yeah. Sorry, yeah. Hang on, I can find it out. Comics. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Sorry. Definitely don't know. Sorry about that. I'll find out though. And the reason why I just used the same voice for for those characters at the end was because I didn't know who was talking. I forgot. I'm sorry for getting. Like, I know you're listening. I know you will see this. But who was talking at the end? I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to forget, Clock. It just happens. Hate myself for forgetting, that's for sure. But I will admit, that chapter happened. Also, no spoiling whose the child name is, though I might have almost said it. Please don't. Pretend like I didn't almost say her name again. Every time I say it, just pretend like I didn't say it. So yeah, I'm gonna go chill out now. What do I mean chill out? I mean play with my Rosie, play with my little girl, my precious Rosette. So, because Rosette needs me. Wait, Rosie, you need me. So yeah, hello. Hi everyone. This is AmberAnkNA 2000 again. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Because, you know, I really did enjoy making it. But so I hope you enjoyed it. Comment, like, and subscribe with the notifications on down below. Till next time, bye!